NASCAR has issued a penalty against Sammy Smith for his actions at the end of the race at Martinsville during the Xfinity Series race on Saturday night. This is over on NASCAR.com. He has been penalized 50 points in the Xfinity Series driver's standings and also fined him $25,000. I think that is a little light, but I am good to see that they did do the points penalty and the fine. I still would have liked to have seen at least a one race suspension, but we're not seeing that this time. As for why they decided to give the penalty to Sammy Smith, we have an explanation from Xfinity Series Managing Director Eric Peterson. He says, "We want to see really hard racing and door-to-door racing, and contact is certainly a part of the sport and part of the sport at Martinsville Speedway. We felt like after looking at all the facts, all the video, the team audio, SMT data, and all the tools we have to work with and review an incident like that. Unfortunately, what Sammy did was over the line and something that we feel like we had to react to." I don't know why you're saying it's unfortunate. I mean, I guess like the fact that he did it is unfortunate, but he did do it, right? Weird phrasing. "We would prefer to leave it in the driver's hands, but in this case, it wasn't really a racing move, and we reacted to it as such." I 100% agree. It was not a racing move. He literally comes from like 3 car lengths back. It's not trying to race at all, literally just trying to wreck him, slams him into the rear, spins him out, and then Austin Hill actually moved Justin Allgaier, who then makes contact with Sammy Smith. Then they end up wrecking, and everyone behind them ends up wrecking. It just turns into a total and utter mayhem. So we do have a little bit more here from this article. It says Smith and Gray had a testy post-race exchange outside of Martinsville's infield care center. Covered that in a previous video. You see some shouting match happening, and then some fingers being wagged at each other, and then some officials actually had to step in and kind of hold them back from making any kind of physical contact with each other, but they didn't swing any punches or anything like that. NASCAR and team officials kept the confrontation from turning physical. Smith indicated that ramming his rival's car was his intent, saying that Gray had raised tensions with a series of gestures and swerving. Smith finished 10th. Gray, who led 87 of 256 laps, was scored 29th. NASCAR.com says Smith's move was reminiscent of a similar incident in the NASCAR Cup Series last season when Austin Dillon knocked the cars of Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin aside on the final lap at Richmond Raceway. Dillon and his number 3 Richard Childress Racing Team were docked 25 points, and officials ruled that Dillon's win would not count toward playoff eligibility. I remember that. That was utterly bizarre ruling. You did something wrong, but we're still going to give you the win. We're going to dock you 25 points, but your win doesn't actually count for playoff eligibility. Just bizarre ruling. But this ruling is actually, I think, is a better ruling. I still think there should have been at least one race suspension to really send home the message that this would not be tolerated. We do have some comments here from Sammy Smith immediately following the race, talking, I think that is with Kim Kuhn there with CW Sports. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about his actions that have now resulted in this penalty and fine.
There's been a lot of questions on that final move you made on Taylor Gray, whether or not it was egregious. Do you think it was fair or foul?
I mean, absolutely it was egregious. I mean, yeah, I'm not proud of that, but I mean, roles reversed, he would have done the same thing. I mean, he's got no respect for me. I didn't move him those first prior restarts, and you know, he was flipping me off on the red flag, swerving at me, and I mean, you know, it's definitely uncalled for, and I'm not proud of it, but you know, he would have done the exact same thing, and that's what I told him. And you know, we'll see what happens after that. I felt like we had a really good day today. I'm proud of JRM.
So there you go. That is what Sammy Smith had to say. Obviously calls it egregious. He's not proud of it and realized what he did was completely out of line and is admitting that in this interview. But he also is like justifying it, claiming that Taylor Gray would have done the same thing to him. And I think that is why I really wanted to see NASCAR at least do a one race suspension, because there is clearly a mentality among these drivers here that it is win at all cost, even if you are no longer racing anymore and you're just you're playing bumper cars and you're just trying to run people out of the way. But we will see If this penalty to Sammy Smith does indeed send a message when they come back to Martinsville later in the year, and if the drivers will be thinking about this, or if they will continue to be making moves like this, we shall see. Remember, Austin Hill ended up winning the race, and he also, again, sent Allgaier up into Sammy Smith, pushed him up out of the way, caused all of that, the big wreck after after Smith had spun Gray, and he's not getting any penalty there either. So there obviously is a line, and we have to see where NASCAR is going to draw it. Obviously, coming 3 car lengths back and just ramming into the back of someone is over that line, but we will see how far these drivers are going to go to push this line moving forward. But let me know what you guys make of this penalty to Sammy Smith here from NASCAR. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's not enough? Let me know in the comments below.